Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Rudy Road to Glory that Rudy experienced here on NCAA 14, featuring college football revamp. And here we are, we played first few games of our first season as the starter. We won our first few games pretty convincingly, but now we get into the thick of MACtion. Going to take on teams like Miami of Ohio, and then also Bowling Green, so we're going to get that full MAC experience. I'm pretty excited about this episode, but even more so, I am really interested to see, what kind of big plays, what kind of impact can we come out here, and let's see what we can do here, man. I am excited about this episode for sure, and I hope you guys are as well. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me, hit that subscribe button as well, as Rudy Rudinger tries to recover from those two pretty not so great games that he had in the previous episode. Let's see if we can bounce back, and let's see if we can remain undefeated here on the season. So let's go ahead and dive right into the action, and very first play of the game, Miami, they're going to throw over to the right hand side, get a short completion for 4 yards, and listen, we're absolutely okay with that. If you want to do those little dink and ducks for 3 and 4 yards, Rudy is more than welcome to go ahead and give that up, as we almost had another breakdown in coverage. Man, that was close. If only that was actually thrown on the money. Thankfully it wasn't necessarily, but we might have drawn a flag there as Rudy was trying to get to the outside and make a play on the ball. It looks like we did exactly that. They're going to call a clipping penalty against Brian Watson, who was caught hitting us from the back. Pause. And now they have a longer 1st and 10 that they got to go ahead and deal with. But Miami, they're playing tough here. Our offense is having a hard time scoring on this Miami defense on the road. So you really need to step up and make sure that we don't allow any further points from happening. Let's see if our defense can do exactly that with a minute left here in this half, as Avion Smith, he's going to take off, and Rudy Rudiger is there to make the tackle. Granted, it is for a 1st down, but Rudy does step up and make a play. But that still means, every play is going to certainly matter from here on out as we blow up Jordan Brunson. He does pick up a few yards, but hey, the defenders might have gotten there first, but we finished plays around here as we'll be guarding this running back here. But some reason the tight end was being guarded by a defensive lineman. I'm not really sure what the logic was behind that, but we just got to come out and make plays as we got lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, we're gonna get awarded with the tackle, don't get me wrong, like it's gonna look the same on the stat sheet, but man, that's kind of embarrassing to get absolutely blown up like a Christmas tree, as I should have had Avion Smith there too. We let him get a few extra yards because of that. And Miami in the red zone trying to tie things up, but we get an interception. They try to set up the bubble screen on the opposite end. It don't work like that, young fella, and he is going to be gone like a girl in a country song. That is a touchdown for Northern Illinois. You absolutely love to see it. So we now have a much bigger cushion to work off of, as we almost had our first career interception. I read it the entire way, and we just dropped the pass. We straight up just dropped that pass. You hate to see it. 1 minute left in this game. A chance for Miami to tie this game, possibly. Ball's on the ground. That might be our first career forced fumble, especially if that play stands. We didn't get over there in time, but we do make up for it. Except they're going to review it. Oh no, they're going to take away this turnover, aren't they? They do. They reverse the forced fumble. So now Miami's hopes of winning still remain alive. 50 seconds left in the game. We do get one more tackle, and Miami did their best to try to move down this field, but it doesn't work. They do not move down the field like they're supposed to, and Northern Illinois is going to win. They are going to win this game 21-13. We will remain undefeated for now. But you want to talk about a close call, man. We certainly had a very close call in that one. That could have been one of those games that we easily could have lost, and a loss in MAC play, given how weak the conference is outside of us and maybe Western Michigan, that would have ended our college football playoff hopes. But we're still in the thick of things. We had 6 tackles in the game, so a pretty good game for Rudy here to start this episode out. But now we go ahead and return home, and we will be taking on the Bobcats from the University of Ohio, one of the best party schools in the country. But that doesn't reflect how good their football team is, because their football team, I'll be honest, I don't really respect them like that. They're 1-2. They're not that great. Wide open in the East Division for them, whereas in the West, you know, we got things pretty well under control as they try to set the pitch up, and we get so juked out by a white running back. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to go on not top 10 plays, making us look silly there, too. So, Ohio's going to try to get a nice little drive going, but Parker Navarro, he's not going to be able to complete the pass. And we actually jump out to a 14-0 lead here, as well as McGarle's going to get an interception for us. Go down that sideline, young fella. Make it happen. Yes, sir. That is going to be a pick 6 for us, and we build the lead. We're up 28-0. We were all over them, at least to start this game, as we tried to make a tackle. We get juked out once again, this time by a different player. Matt Williams hit us with the sauce. So now, 2nd and 6, they try to throw to the right-hand side, and I read it like a novel. I was pressing triangle, because this is on like a PS5 controller, and Rudiger didn't do anything. He literally did not do anything at all, as that is a completion that we shouldn't have allowed. We got to try to make this tackle. Thankfully, we do, but it's going to come at a price. Did they catch us with the face mask? And I think they did. We're going to be caught with a face mask penalty. And then later on in the drive, 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Drag route. We do not guard drag routes very well. We are just not that quick compared to most receivers. We didn't do a good job covering that drag route. We end up giving up a touchdown. Not only giving up the completion, but also giving up the touchdown too. You hate to see it. And now Ohio, they are no longer being shut out, even though we still have a really big lead that we're working off of. But 3rd and long here coming up. They're going to try to throw over to right-hand side. We make the tackle, but we do also allow not only the completion, but also the 1st down as well. So Ohio is going to be able to keep their drive going there. But 45-17 your score. And Ohio looking to threaten down the length of this football field. 3rd and 5. See if we can get him off the field once and for all. As Rudiger is looking around, he's going to go to the left-hand side. This quarterback is Lafayette is there. Makes a brilliant play on the ball. Going down the sideline, and he's going to be gone. Like a girl in a country song, baby. That's a touchdown for the Huskies of Northern Illinois. We have a 52-17 lead, showing that, hey, maybe we are capable of playing with these big boys later on in the season. So here we are late in the 3rd quarter. We do miss that tackle, but we'll go ahead and hop right into the 4th quarter, though. We are at a different position at this point. We're at our natural strong side position. So we are seeing the field a little bit differently now. We almost returned this fumble back for a touchdown, but there's a flag on the field yet again. They're going to call a face mask penalty. The backups on offense get another touchdown on the board. So it's 66-17 now your score, as they'll try to throw again over the middle. That's completed once more. Williams is actually taken off, though. Can we catch up to him? No, we don't, but thankfully somebody else does. Oh, man, coverage has been an issue. We just like to come up and hit people, man. Coverage is, you know, we struggle with that coverage. I'm not going to lie to you. Got to get better at that moving forward. But thankfully, we do have just some absolutely amazing teammates around us as we win big here in the 2nd game of this episode. We do beat the Ohio Bobcats 73-24. So we absolutely tore them up today. They never stood a chance. But we got to play better, though. Rudy's got to play a lot better. I mean, look at what Rudy does in this game. He only gets 2 tackles. That is it. He only gets 2 tackles to his name. A lot of mistakes out there, and got to play better if we want to be an eventual starter at Notre Dame like Rudy was in real life. But we do have one more game left in this episode, though. This time it's a little bit nicer weather than what we dealt with when we were chilling at home. But here we are taking on the Bowling Green Falcons. Bowling Green not having the season that they want, 1-4, while even though we blew out Ohio by 50 points, we went down from number 6 in the country to number 7 as Rudy had a chance to stop Trey Johnson. But the arm tackle was simply not enough, man. I did what I needed to do, just couldn't wrap up, man. So Bowling Green's going to get a touchdown off of that. We will play a tad bit better, though, as we almost blew up Trey Johnson in the backfield. Just missed by a little bit. Man, that would have been a highlight play if we were able to complete that. But, the instincts are getting a little bit better. Getting a little bit experience. Because I'm not used to playing as a corner when I play defense in NCAA 14. Usually I'm playing as a defensive lineman. But playing as a corner, we're getting a little bit better at it, especially playing nickel corner with us not being all that athletic. Really makes me be a thinker of the game, right? And I think Rudy is understanding that maybe he was athletic enough for high school football, but to be honest, for a DB, he's on that low end of athleticism for a defensive back, even as a safety. So he's got to be smarter. He's got to be able to anticipate better. And this is a good chance to show that anticipation. Get Trey Johnson in the backfield, baby. You ain't going anywhere, big fella. And look at that, 5'6", just shooting that gap and taking care of the rest. So now, 2nd and 10 coming up as Bainbridge. He's going to look over to the right-hand side. Going to get that short completion to Chesler Morrison. Again, we'll let him have it, We're going to pick off one of those passes eventually. I just always like to play back because the last thing that you want to do is give up a go pattern, right? Jama, however, has the athleticism to react, and he is going to take an interception, bring it back for a pick 6, and again, we find ourselves blowing out this Bowling Green squad down by 30 plus. That is how many, that's how much they're down by going into this final quarter. But we'll jump into that 4th quarter real quick. Bowling Green does get a field goal early in the 4th quarter. So only down by 28, anything could happen still. We're trying to make sure that they don't score yet again. Trying to throw over to the right-hand side. We were better. We were in a better spot. I think if we were a little bit taller, I think that animation to try to catch the ball would have been activated a little bit more. But even with that, we still win big in this one yet again. 45-10 ends up being your final score in this game. So we're still undefeated, man, after 6 games of action and have a chance to go to that college football playoff still. Much better game than how we did against Ohio, too. We ended up with 6 tackles. And not only that, we also come down with a TFL, too. So we are here more than halfway through this season, and there's still quite a few undefeated teams left, and we are of course getting the least amount of respect of all those undefeated teams because we are out here, we are in that MAC conference, right? So not a lot of love for us here, although 3 teams from the Big Ten East, they are all here in this top 7. Memphis comes in at 5, Rice is at 6, and then there's our team right there. We're number 7 in the country. We're doing pretty good. We are the least ranked out of the undefeated teams, although Texas Tech is number 12 right now. They're 5-0 as well. Mid-Tennessee State is still undefeated as well. They haven't played a conference game yet, but they are 5-0 as well to go with that. Boston College surprisingly ranked. Washington, they're 4-0 as well. And then we see Appalachian State come in. They're 6-0, as well as LSU, Michigan State, and Nevada. They're all bringing the back of this top 25 poll. But after that Miami game, we ended up dominating the next 2. We destroyed Ohio, and then we also took care of business against Bowling Green as well. It was a pretty good episode overall, but we got to continue to focus. We got to continue to try to get better every single week. We've gotten a couple of TFLs here or there, but didn't get that turnover yet. I thought we were going to have that first turnover in this episode. We were really close, but of course, the refs had to take that away from us. So next episode, actually some critical games coming up. We got Toledo, who's a pretty solid team in the MAC, and they're a rivalry game. We'll also play against Western Michigan, and that could be a divisional championship game. Whoever wins that will probably go to the conference championship up in Ford Field. And then we'll wrap things up with the Golden Flashes of Kent State. Decent team, 2-3. So we'll play at least those 3 games in the next episode, maybe more depending on how much we actually do or not. So should be fun, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Rudy RTG. If you do, make sure you go ahead and smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you have to be brand new to the channel as well. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you guys are out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.